Welcome back to the Lifters Lifestyle Podcast. We're going to get straight into it today.
Bro's doing an introduction. First time ever. Today we've got a special one for you chaps. Why you still look freaking mid? Because let's be honest, boys.
You look shit.
A lot of us do. I've been there. You've been there a while back.
I'm still there.
Yeah.
We're still there.
We are still there. But no, if you have been training for a little bit and you're thinking to yourself, what is going wrong here? Then listen up, brother.
We're going to solve that problem for you.
Yeah, we're going to solve it. It's a bit off the top of the dome, but I mean, most of the stuff we do is off the top of the dome, so
yeah.
We will see how this goes. First of all, hit me. What do you think's the most important things that like actually people miss out on as well? We've got a bit of a list here, by the way, but
yeah, we have sort of.
We can go through some extras.
So first things first is just actually nailing the basics of the variables that you need to do,
which are
training,
you need to train, you need to eat,
and recovery. They're like your three, what I'd say, your main pillars.
Yeah.
If you're not doing properly, there's no point in looking for the sort of 1%.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to be nailing those first.
Let's break each one of them up.
Let's dive into this.
Let's go deep. From a training perspective, if someone's looking mid, either nothing is growing,
yeah,
or certain muscle groups aren't growing.
Yeah,
I think you want to split people up into that category.
Agreed.
For example, for me, it would be like when I was quote unquote looking mid, it was my chest just was not growing.
Yeah.
If I remember, I'll chuck a photo up. I look like a flat Stanley.
Yeah.
And there's a few things you can do to try and do that. So let's cover that first. If you've got a muscle that's not growing,
let's dive into that.
What's the play?
So I did a reel on this actually, with lagging body parts. So I think the first point of call would be to actually film your sets. This is going to allow you to see if you're actually performing the exercises correctly. And not even just correctly, but in terms of tempos, things like that, range of motion. Obviously, people think they're performing an exercise correctly, and then if they were to send us a clip, we'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Like, this is not good.
I think that's a massive one. That also, it's very easy to convince yourself that you're class at training.
Yeah. Like a lot of people now, especially the younger generation, I think they're so obsessed with load, which obviously it is important, not denying that, but they get so obsessed with load that every week their like standardization is changing. Their range of motion's getting like half an inch shorter every single week.
Yeah.
I think that is a big issue nowadays, I think.
It's easy to, we've mentioned it a few times, the 85x5.
Yeah.
Every week, I would add a rep to my final set of the 5x5, and every week my hips would shoot more.
There'd be more of a bounce.
I'd be thrust in the air, and in turn, obviously, my chest did not grow at all.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what a big surprise. So actually, have a look at your training execution. It's probably also mid. Let's be honest.
For most people, it's pretty honking.
Now, I think there's a point on certain exercises where you can take it too far and do a lot of squeezy stuff, which is not really that useful. But if it's a muscle group that's not growing, on exercises that hit multiple muscle groups, like a press, chest, shoulders, triceps, if you want to bias your chest, you probably need to get better at training your chest on that press.
And actually feeling your chest.
Exactly.
So it's definitely a fine balance of feeling it, but not being overly anal.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Like on a leg extension, we've said this before. There's nothing else you can hit other than your quads.
Yeah. Like if you're not feeling a leg extension,
probably got something wrong.
Yeah.
Probably need some
probably an issue there.
Nerve.
Yeah.
Assistance.
Yeah. 100%.
So then, if nothing is growing in your training, what do you think the main things are there?
Well, again, it could still literally be down to your like how you're actually performing every single
across
movement.
the board.
Because again, like it is a common thing. I think the second thing then I'd look at if you've done that, recorded your sets, and you're really happy with your like how the sets are looking, would probably be looking at the logbook
Yeah.
Okay. I think, again, it's common in younger people that they just think they don't need to log anything at all. And maybe when you first start, okay, you can maybe get away with it a little bit, because obviously everything's a novel stimulus. But when you've been into your training for a couple of months, you need to have a little bit more of a regimented approach.
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people. They'll come on the initial kind of coaching calls, and we'll go through the training and say, okay, have you been progressing?
Yeah.
He'll be like, yeah, progressing in the gym. And I'll say, okay, can you send some photos of your training, of your logbook, so I can look through them? And they'll go, well, no, I kind of just try and remember it.
Yeah.
So now I'll go, okay, last week, how many reps did you get on your third set of your dumbbell press? And they'll go, well,
I think it was like
about
8, 9.
8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that lack of knowledge there is what makes quite a big difference.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, even when I go into a session, sometimes I'll do a set and forget to look at what I did the previous week, and I'll end up matching or maybe getting a rep down. And actually, if I'd have just looked at it, like from a motivation perspective, to crack into the set, you just do end up training harder.
100%, definitely.
So, logbook, write down every set, what weight you use, and how many reps you get. And
I think
that's going to give you the knowledge.
Human nature, right? If you know that you need to beat something, you're naturally going to put more effort in.
Yeah.
Which is why I just like this like training method, because
and if you don't like writing it down because you feel like you're on your phone too much or whatever it might be, just find the easiest way to do it for you. I've always liked doing it through an app. So at the minute we use OneFit, but in the past I've used Rep Count, which is
we used that
good
for a long time, didn't we?
But then, like, some people like just doing it on your notes, and that's also fine. Just write it down somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you're really against it, at least do it for your, like, KPI lifts, the big ones where you really, really want to try and see progression on it.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, even me sometimes, like, that's my sort of approach.
Yeah.
Towards, like, my, like, your bigger lifts, I'll definitely log them, but then there will be phases that I go through where I'm not really... I'll always log the load I'm doing, but I won't always log the reps.
Yeah.
Because I definitely think sometimes, for something like a bicep curl, it's very easy on those sorts of movements, if you're trying to beat a number every single week, that, again, your standardization of the reps can slip.
Yeah.
And I know, we know that shouldn't happen, but it can. If you're so obsessed with progressing, it can happen.
Yeah, if you only bother about seeing the number go up, then you do anything you can to get the number to go up.
Yeah.
Like I say, on bicep curls, on a cable curl especially, like, just ragging.
There's a way to rag it, 100%.
So yeah, I think if you get that right, if you get your accuracy right, you get your training intensity right, and you get the execution of each movement right, you're not going to be too far off.
Yeah. I think as well, right, there's probably a lot of big names who people follow who don't log their training.
Yeah.
And think, oh, well, I don't need to log the training. But a lot of these people are enhanced people. And yes, right, they should still log their training.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I notice that a lot with enhanced people, they're incredibly against.
I think there's a little bit on... It's going to be significantly easier to take that progress.
Yeah.
So as long as you can lean on training hard, that's almost definitely, if you're actually blasting to...
Yeah, if I was in that that environment of being enhanced, I'd still want to definitely know.
Yeah.
So I just think there's no harm in whoever you are to just log your numbers.
Yeah. And you get people, especially... I keep seeing Nick Walker talking about this all the time. Some proper massive bodybuilding geezer, like kind of grim.
Yeah, he is like massive. An ugly bodybuilder.
He talks loads about, recent on his back work, he's dropped the load and doing higher rep work and squeezy stuff, and like supposedly that works quite well for him.
Yeah.
Which, it might be. But I think he probably is still taking progression.
He'll still be getting stronger, yeah.
Just in his mind, he's thinking, it's more squeezy, it's
Yeah.
more high rep. He's probably still taking progress,
Yeah.
and that's probably what's still driving the progress, not necessarily, spending 3 seconds getting the most optimal contraction ever.
Yeah, I do think as well when they're at that high level of bodybuilding, like realistically, they can probably do anything.
Yeah.
Genetics wise, and they're going to make some progress.
Yeah.
So it's
anything else you'd mention on the training front?
Potentially a little bit on like volume, especially towards like if you've got a lagging body part,
Yeah.
or one you're wanting to bring up more, you could look at ways to increase your volume or frequency.
Yeah, that's a big.
But again, like that's probably later on in your sort of training age.
Yeah,
I still think it's important.
It's not as foundational as the intensity, the accuracy.
No. But I'm guessing there will be people who listen to this who've been training a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, okay, I'm not as progressing as much as I was.
Yeah.
And again, that is like a common thing. Like it will happen to everyone.
Yeah.
Like when we first started training, you're making progress a lot quicker. That will slow down, unfortunately. There's not really much you can do about that.
Yeah, I agree.
But if there is body parts you want to bring up, you can definitely look to add a bit more volume in.
Yeah.
Frequency.
I think frequency, take that as the first thing.
Yeah.
See how often you can train it. And then based on that frequency, from your previous knowledge of how much you can recover from, try that volume. So like if you used to do, 10 sets of chest in one session, see what happens if you do it in 2, and then see what happens if you do it in 3. So you might do 3 or 4 sets of chest across all 3. And then you want to go, okay, can I now do 5 sets across all 3 and still recover? Can I do 6? Can I do 7? Still recover, still make good progress? And if the answer is yes, then probably take it.
Yeah, I think as well, like you said, the first thing to look at would be frequency. And like you said, if you're doing 10 sets in one session, but then you split that up over 2 sessions, it's likely that the quality of the work you're doing within those sets, split up over 2 sessions, will be better. Therefore, progressions will be better.
I think
that's obviously going to be the driver.
That's where it comes individual, I think, as well, because I know for me, in one session, 6 sets of chest, probably the 7th is then like not feeling like it's doing that much. I'll find it really hard to make any progress on it, and I'll have far too much of a pump to get anything good from it. But then other muscle groups, like hamstrings is another one that's like really low for me. Yeah. The 4th set of hamstrings in a session, I'm cooked.
Yeah, done for. I do 2 at the minute. Yeah. And I literally can't do any more than that.
Then back, I feel like I can do quite a lot.
Yeah, I think back's one of them that you can definitely get away with a little bit more.
Or quads, like, can probably do 7 or 8 in a session and still get good quality sets out of it.
Well, like yesterday I did 5 sets of back total.
Yeah.
But in terms of like failure points, there was actually 7 with like the intensifiers.
Yeah.
And I think anything more than that, I probably wouldn't have got much from the sets that I was doing extra.
Yeah. But I suppose going from that, like that T-bar is fairly accurate to the upper back.
Yeah.
That pull down that you're doing is fairly lat focused. So really, it's still quite low per muscle group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, again, that's where it comes down to frequency for me. Yeah. So I'm training back 3 times in a week.
Yeah. Just to give an example, I'm about to do some programming for a client that I spoke to yesterday, Pippa. And she really wants to grow her legs, grow the glutes. But upper body wise, she doesn't really want to grow it that much, but she wants to get stronger.
Yeah.
So for her programming, it's going to be most upper body 1 to 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Lower rep ranges, lower on the volume side of things, trying to get strong. Lower body wise, especially through the glutes, it's going to be 3 times a week. Higher volume, higher frequency because of the 3 times a week. And rep ranges a tiny bit higher, like 6 plus.
So what is a split going to be?
So it is...
Because I've got Libby and she's very similar.
Yeah, so her split is lower push, lower posterior.
Yeah.
Glute focused on the posterior, a little bit of back.
Yeah.
And then in the push session, there's obviously a little bit of chest work, but it's a lot of kind of laterals and that sort of thing.
Stuff that's more prioritised towards females.
It's like, what does she want? She wants to get that kind of taper, so there's going to be a little bit of delts in there, but she doesn't want massive traps, so there's not going to be a whole lot of shrugging or loads of rowing or anything like that. She wants to get the, these sort of erectors, like a lot of girls like to get a bit of definition through the lower back, so that's going to come from hinging.
It's all about the hourglass figure, guys.
So like when you've actually got, I really like programming for that, because when you've got an image of, right, this is what I really want to do, it's so much easier to be like hyper specific on the programming.
100%. That's the same with Libby. Like, she actually does 2 leg days.
Yeah.
An upper.
Yeah.
And posterior.
Yeah.
So she has 3.
Similar sort of crack.
Yeah. So she's doing like glutes and hamstrings like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Upper once, which again is like mainly focused towards lats and delts.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of chest as well. Her 2 leg days are split up into like glute and ham, quad, and then obviously she has posterior. So
and then ab work, does she do that?
Yeah, she does ab work like, I think she does like 3 times a week at the minute.
It's basically going to be the same as.
Because at the end of the day, like when they know exactly how they want to look, and it's a very like common look that girls want.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to then sort of reverse engineer.
Yeah.
And make the programming actually fit what they want to look like.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what I'll try and do is across those leg sessions have like whatever the key movement is. So one of them was probably going to be some sort of glute dominant leg press.
Yeah.
The other one is going to be some sort of hinge, and then probably another hinge, like a 45-degree hip extension type thing. And we're going to cook.
Yeah.
So glutes and legs incoming.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful, isn't it, when you have clients that actually come to you and say, this is like a specific look I want.
Yeah.
Like, even for me, like, I know exactly the look that I want.
Yeah.
So my programming can fit that.
Yeah.
And it's the same with you. Like, we both want that similar look.
It makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not to say that the other stuff won't grow, but if you have specific focuses, even if it's for like 12, 16-week blocks, like, right, we're really going to try and bring up the chest, the back, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
You can start going through week by week with a lot more direction, which I think is a lot of people struggle with from a gaining phase and perspective when they're trying to build muscle. Like, you sort of get a bit lost in the weeds.
Yeah. I think I've been prioritizing that a lot more with clients. They've almost been like case studies.
Yeah.
In terms of like, okay, let's have like a really big focus, like you said, over 16 weeks on specific muscles.
Yeah.
And really try and like push the volume up as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then you can have sort of like a reset, see where you're at.
Actually review it.
And go again. Yeah. And I think it works really well. Even for me, it's working really well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like it. That might be the next point is when you feel a lack of direction, aka when you're looking mid and you're not sure what to do, the first thing that we always do when you're setting up a client is setting up the timeline.
Yeah. So important.
Like, I guarantee you, if you've not got a coach, 99% of you watching this won't have like a really structured timeline. And we're not just talking, I'm just going to bulk through the winter and I'll probably cut at some point.
Yeah, you need to have more direction than that.
Get your dates locked in. And for the vast majority of the time, if you're dieting, give yourself a little bit more than maybe you think.
Yeah.
But have this is the date that I am finishing.
Yeah.
Even if it's a gaining phase, I do not go past this date.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a drive of, urgency.
Yeah. It's human nature, isn't it? Having your time frame set on things.
Yeah.
Gives you that drive, like you said, urgency. It's like, you can even relate it to like school. Like, they set your homework for a specific date.
Yeah.
They don't just set your homework and say, yeah, get it done whenever, because they know you're not going to do it.
And if you're anything like me, you need that. Like, even homework and uni work and all that. I'd leave it to the last minute.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have that date, I'd leave it forever.
Yeah, exactly.
So
get the dates in, create the urgency that's needed.
So it's probably quite tough to give like a generalized answer to this, but creating your own timeline, what's the thought process you go through for creating someone else's?
So it all depends. Again, it's like, this is where when a client's signing up and you have that initial call with them is really actually diving into their goals. Like, do they have a time frame or a specific date where they want to look their absolute best? If not, actually trying to sort of get them to choose something. Do you know what I mean? Because it will help from a coach's perspective in terms of setting out a good timeline, but also for them with actually maximizing their progress and, like we said, creating that urgency.
Yeah.
So I think for most people, right, the common thing is obviously they want to look good when they go on holiday. Like, that's a very general,
especially for people we
coach. Yeah. So I think obviously it all depends on when they sign up. Like, if someone was signing up now, for me it's like, okay, straight away we need to see how they're actually looking at that point.
Yeah.
If they're already quite lean, it's a case, okay, you're setting out a productive gaining phase. And I like with my gaining phases with my clients is to not to just say gaining phase weeks 1 to 30.
Yeah.
Like, I think really actually breaking it down and having more like micro goals in that,
which you can align with what we were just talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like gaining phase part 1, 8 weeks, chest focus. Let's see what we can cook up.
Yeah, and I also think in terms of like managing rate of gain and things like that, it helps so much to really break it down into blocks and sort of setting body weight sort of rough targets and goals for the end of each block is so important.
Yeah, although that's not the like key goal,
the driver to muscle growth.
Generally, that's gonna give you the timeline that you need to set it out. Yeah. So I'll sort of go, okay, how long have we got till we want to be like long term, more muscle, lean, looking sick, the final piece.
Yeah.
Well, not the final, but a
the
point where
piece.
You're looking sick. So let's say it's 12 months away. Then you go, okay, what position we're in now? Do we need to diet? Do we need to gain? Do we need to maintain? If it's a diet, then you want to have a look at how long you want to diet for, 0.5 kilo to 1 kilo a week, work it out from there, what body weight you're trying to get down to. Then once you've ticked that off, you're going to be transitioning, bit of a maintenance phase maybe, moving into a gaining phase, working out the duration for that. You're going, how long have we got whilst leaving enough time
still diet
to diet and get lean at the time that they want to. And then you can kind of reverse engineer the total duration of the gaining phase from that.
Yeah.
And then it's the same process again. Okay, get to that peak body weight, you gain some muscle. How long have you got from that point to the holiday or to the point that they want to get into really good shape? And then again, reverse engineer the rate of loss that you need to do that and make sure the weeks obviously line up to being in a optimal state.
Yeah. I think that's, for me, that's why I always like to start people either with a diet straight away or maintenance.
Yeah.
Because it almost, number one, it's going to set you up better for a more productive gaining phase because you're starting in the best possible position that you can.
Yeah.
And then number two is it's going to make the whole diet a lot easier for summer, for example. You know that time frame that you're going to have to spend dieting is probably going to be less.
Yeah.
Because you've started in a better position. You've not pushed up too aggressively.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got less body fat to pull off.
I think also sometimes you need a bit of time to work out, whether it's for yourself or for a client, how well is this person going to be able to diet?
Exactly.
Sometimes you'll get people on a maintenance block for the first couple of weeks and go, this lad can eat.
Yeah.
Putting away 3,000 calories, maintaining or even dropping a bit of body weight, like, okay, this diet can be a little bit shorter because
it's going to be easier.
We can push like a 800-900 calorie deficit, get in and out. Training is definitely going to be good. No risk of losing any muscle.
Exactly.
Sick. But other people you get on maintenance is like 2,000. Their lifestyle doesn't align with someone that could diet on 1.2, 1.3. Okay, we probably need a little bit longer to actually complete this diet.
Yeah.
So that's where we're kind of making a decision of, can this person push to 1 kilo a week and not see any negative effects, or is this person going to be a 0.5 kilo a week, 0.4 kilos a week kind of person?
Yeah, definitely.
Needs a little bit longer in that diet to do it. And then that diet might end up lasting 20 weeks, but for those people, you want to be thinking, okay, I'm losing body fat, I'm dieting, but you're probably earlier on in your journey anyway. So still have those focuses that you bring into your gaining phase of like, right, let's try and bring up the chest even when we're dieting. Let's try and bring up these other areas. So yeah, I think there's a lot that goes into the timeline.
Yeah, 100%. It's a biggie.
That maybe people
it's
miss
very
out on.
important.
Yeah. So action step, write down whatever that long-term goal is, then reverse engineer the larger phases for how you're actually going to get there, and then going down another notch into the training that we just talked about. That's what it's going to look like on a week-by-week basis.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That's cooking. Nutrition. This
Again,
is also why you're going to look mid.
Yeah, it's a big pillar.
Yeah.
Similar to training. In fact, it may be even more, well, it's not more important, but it's definitely on par with your training.
Yeah.
It's a big pillar that you need to be nailing. Like, for me, if you're not nailing training, you're not nailing nutrition,
you're cooked.
You're going to stay mid. It's as simple as that. Like, there's no way around it.
I don't know why people try and make this like, oh, it's 80% diet, 20% training. It's 90% diet.
No.
I don't really care.
Yeah. It's just like 100% both.
Yeah. Just do it reasonably properly.
Yeah.
So nutritionally, if they're looking mid, they're probably too fat.
Yeah. Like, realistically.
Probably.
Most people, right, if they think they look mid at their current position, if they dropped 5 to 10 kilos, they probably wouldn't think they looked mid.
Yeah. I mean, one of my mates, I've not been coaching him, but he's been like, I said to him, you know, I'm not going to be messing you all the time, but you can send me updates and see what's going on. And he wasn't fat in the slightest.
No.
Like, classic sort of loves a couple of pints kind of rig. But I said to him, you know, you probably need to diet, think about how much you want to lose, and then probably add a bit.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, train properly and think about what you want to bring up. And since then, like, he's actually got into pretty good nick.
Good nick.
So yeah, you probably need to diet unless you're actually really skinny. And if you've been doing that and you're still looking mid, it probably is the accuracy of that nutrition. I think I said on my recent tube, if you have 60 grams of olive oil more than you thought,
it's a lot of calories.
That's like 400-500 calories. Yeah. That is what would take you from being at maintenance to being in a surplus and getting fat.
Yeah, I said that in a reel. Like, a lot of people have, like, for most people, they probably have a really good structured meal plan or macros, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But they're just, like, genuinely not tracking properly. Like, a lot of people, they'll add condiments, whatever it might be, like olive oil, butter, things like that. And if you're doing that for every single meal, there's obviously a lot of calories there that you're not tracking. So you're not actually eating the amount of food that you think you're eating, or you're eating more than what you think you're eating.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this quite a lot recently. With your nutrition, dieting specifically, you've kind of got two options, but you want a combination of both in an ideal situation. One option is like, okay, calories in, calories out. I'm going to track everything I eat and I'm going to stick below a number, which makes you lose weight.
Yeah.
Great. On the other side of things, the reason that people get fat is because obviously their appetite is more than whatever their maintenance is if they're not tracking. So you could track, eat under that, be hungry, it'd be shit for like 16 weeks or whatever, and you'll lose some body fat, maybe not be as healthy as you could be, but like you'll lose it.
You're going to get there, yeah.
The other side of it is why people get fat is obviously at the foundational level is the calorie surplus.
Yeah.
But the thing that's actually creating that is a lack of micronutrition, a lack of fiber, too many ultra-processed foods. All of this adds up to your appetite being too high or higher than you normally would. So you kind of got these two camps, and both of them work, where you could focus on increasing fiber, increasing micronutrition, increasing your protein, all is going to suppress your appetite. That's probably going to get you into a deficit compared to most people's current diets.
Yeah.
Or you've got the other one where you can track your calories, and that's also going to work. If you combine them both, it's both definitely going to work, and it's going to be way easier than you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I would say the combination of those two, being inaccurate with the amount of calories you're eating, and then you're also making it really hard for yourself by not getting in enough things that suppress your appetite, the protein, the fibre, the macronutrition. And then that's why you look mid. That's why you look fat. And that's why you're unhealthy. And it's why you've got shit skin, etc.
It's like if you have a client that comes on overweight and you ask them to go through a full day of eating, what their typical day would be, most of the time they just genuinely are eating like a 7-year-old child.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day, you look at their food and it's like they hardly eat anything, but they're also eating so much calorie dense food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously they're not going to be satiated. They're probably in a surplus.
Yeah.
So it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. And I know it's been a bit more of a hot topic around the whole like UPF thing.
Yeah.
But looking into it, as more and more research comes out, like it's actually such a big thing that I've probably looked over a little bit before. Yes, it is at the foundational level, calories in, calories out. But what are those calories going to result in?
Yeah.
If it is all whack food, you're going to be way hungrier.
Yeah.
You're going to have way more cravings. You're probably going to move around significantly less. Even that reel I did yesterday about the protein bars.
Yeah.
I was reading through that study. It was talking about the energy partitioning off the back of both UPF food and protein-rich UPF food. And the little change from going UPF to the protein-rich UPF changed the energy partitioning of that food. So they ended up like moving around more and doing way more stuff from just having a bit more protein in the UPF.
Yeah.
Then in comparison to the whole food, not ultra processed, etc., it was even more so.
Yeah. So it just goes to show.
You could literally just eat more clean and your body will naturally just move more.
Yeah.
And then it makes it
be
way
a
easier to diet.
massive difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's something that's massively overlooked by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let's take it a bit more seriously and actually eat healthy.
Yeah. Like and again, like it's for some reason these people think that like healthy food isn't nice.
Yeah.
But it is.
It is.
Like it actually is nicer than this shit food.
Yeah.
Obviously if you're making it correctly and you're doing things to make it nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can make it very enjoyable.
Yeah. Like there's no like beating around the bush with it. Like it's fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it is literally scientifically correct.
Yeah.
So
just put a bit of effort in.
Simple as that.
And it's not a lot of effort. Like just use some seasoning and have some nice sauce that you might either make yourself or buy from the shop or whatever. Like it just makes it nice.
Yeah. Easy stuff.
Is there anything else on nutrition that you think?
No, not really. The only thing I'd say is obviously just being mindful again of the timeline and the phases that you're in.
Yeah.
Like obviously, again, it's basic, but you're going to have to adjust your nutrition.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're trying to do.
The only other thing I'd add is certain cultures, especially, not even cultures. I'd probably say a lot of females.
Yeah.
A good amount of blokes. A lot of the, I think it's like South Asian community. Can't quite remember. Anyway, the macronutrient profile generally of their meals are much higher fat.
Yeah.
Really low protein. And with that, from a body composition perspective, across 10 years is going to make a huge difference.
100%.
I know it's like really long-term thinking, but if you're eating 70 grams of protein a day,
yes,
you are going to look mid.
Yeah, simple as.
You're going to have a much higher proportion of body fat to muscle, and therefore you're not going to be looking how you want to. And it can be tough, like I say, for certain cultures that naturally there isn't as much protein in the classic foods that they go to. It can be a little bit harder to get that in, but you just gotta force it a little bit.
Yeah.
So get your protein up at least to like 1.5 times your body weight.
Yeah.
At least, and that will make a massive difference over time. Huge.
Yeah. I always think as well, people need to stop being snowflakes when it comes to tracking their food.
Yeah.
And just being sensible. You're not going to get an eating disorder, right, from tracking food.
There's so many myths about this stuff.
I know, it's so... And again, like, it's quite common in females being anti-tracking food because they're going to get an eating disorder.
Yeah, I think, sure, there's a percentage that might struggle with this, but it's low. And if you're watching this and you do actually have issues with this, you might be thinking, oh, I really disagree with these lads. Yeah. But actually, you might just be in that small percentage. And if that is you, then you've probably got to take a slightly different approach.
Yeah, you need to obviously get support in the way that you need to get support.
But we're talking to the masses here. Like, you don't have an issue.
Yeah.
You sound. And that also comes into, a lot of the time with nutrition, people will kind of lean on certain excuses.
Yeah.
Like a thyroid or a PCOS, etc. And without a doubt, it makes it harder.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is going to be more difficult, but it's still possible.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, it doesn't override everything.
Yeah.
You can still be in a deficit. It's going to be more difficult. You're going to have to eat less. That's an L. But if it's something that you really want to do, then you can still do it.
You can work around those things, definitely.
But leaning on the fact that you might have certain problems, even for blokes, like low testosterone, it's going to make a huge difference. Blaming that is going to keep you in the same position that you are.
Rather than just taking some action with it.
So you either chew it and go, right, this is the position I'm in, it's whack, but I'm going to have to firm it for a bit.
But again, like even, so if they're a male with low testosterone, it's likely from your diet as what it is now.
Yeah, you can probably improve
So you can improve that by actually just eating proper food.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I agree.
It sounds hard. It does sound harsh, and you feel like a knobhead for saying it, but it's a fact.
Yeah, especially coming from. I mean, I wouldn't actually say this is the same for you. You've been through the trenches. When you've had to diet because the goal was there and you really wanted to. You've had to go down to 900 calories.
Yeah, like 1,000 was like my lowest.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's nothing. That is death.
But you really wanted to, so it was feasible. Whether that's healthy or not is a different question. But
obviously, it's not healthy.
Yeah,
but
I've been fortunate to where I've not really struggled with too much, but that also probably comes down to eating a lot of protein for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Built a good amount of muscle. I've helped myself.
At the end of the day, as well, I'm a small individual.
Yeah.
It's just something that I have to do.
Yeah.
You can this again. It's an issue with people dieting, comparing what someone else has had to do compared to what you've got to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you want it,
you've just got to do it.
Got to do what you got to do.
I wish my food didn't have to get to 1,000 calories, but it did.
But also, from an appetite perspective, that doesn't change how difficult it is.
No.
The difficulty is social scenarios and social norms around, okay, if you're going out for a meal or you're eating with your family and you are smaller, if you're female, you're 50 kilos, you've not got very much muscle, generally those meals that you go out for, people make for you, are going to be way too big for what you actually need. So that does make it harder. But from an appetite perspective, it's regulated.
Yeah.
So if you could be 7 foot and 150 kilos of pure muscle, dieting on 3,500 calories, you'll be starving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all relative, isn't it, to the individual?
Yeah. Sure, it's easier because you get to eat a little bit more food, and social scenarios are a bit easier because you can just have that and not have to think about it too much.
But but naturally,
the actual dieting repercussions that you get of being a bit hungry are the same. It's just depends where you sit on the scale.
Yeah.
So I guess the message from that is take control of your own situation.
100%.
It might be hard, but
suck it up, man.
You're picking your poison. You either diet, get fit, look sick, don't look mid anymore, or you stay in the same position that you are in, have a pick.
Yeah, which obviously you don't want to do because you're watching this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, before we go on to the next point, I'm going to go for a wee.
Sure.
We're back.
Yeah.
Quick wee break.
2 more points for why you look mid, and then we'll wrap it up. First one, which you kind of covered a little bit already, is you might be, from nutrition, from health, from movement perspective, quite unhealthy.
Yeah.
And it's not going to help. A lot of people will be, especially if you're a person that, sticks to a fairly regular but whack eating routine. Your micronutrition,
unhealthy.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be whack. Like if your day looks like, I don't know, some cereal in the morning, and then you're having beans on toast for lunch, and then you're having pasta with sauce and no veg and no protein, you're going to be deficient on every micronutrient.
Literally everything. Yeah.
So, do you want to dive into that a bit and how someone can?
Well, I think your basics is obviously eat fruit and veg.
That's a good start.
I think, again, maybe it doesn't have to be like following a specific meal plan, anything like that. But I think we probably spoke about this before on the pod, is having like a pool of foods that you know are high in micronutrients. They're whole foods, that are actually good for you, and making meals from those sort of ingredients is going to have a massive benefit, because you've got that sort of base foundation of things that are good, that you can make into meals.
Yeah.
So I think before, maybe if you're in a position where you've like not even started training yet, your food's, like HL said, not great.
Yeah.
Is maybe don't even set yourself like a macro target or anything like that, but just be more conscious on the decisions that you're making for your meals.
Yeah.
And that, again, like we've already said this, is going to just have a massive difference off the bat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I said. One of my clients went through a bit of a rough patch recently with just things outside of this.
Yeah.
And I said, right, let's just ignore, because you were struggling to get back to tracking, back to training, etc. Said, let's just ignore the numbers, ignore the calories, ignore all that for now. Focus on that stuff I mentioned earlier about, okay, let's go to the shop, first step. Let's choose some things that are going to be a little bit higher in fibre than maybe what you've been having. She started leaning back to her old habits, like white bread and jam and butter for lunch.
Convenience, yeah.
So it's like, okay, what's the smallest things we can change? Let's change that for a slightly higher fibre bread. Get some brown bread. Let's chuck in some bacon medallions to get a little bit of protein in there. And let's get some veg to put on the side. So it's not a huge change in the actual structure of the meal. It's still super easy, but it's a little bit better.
Swaps.
Yeah. So it can be really complicated to get all the macros in, but it can also be quite simple. Try to vary it each meal, get some sort of different colour, different texture of veg, and you're probably going to be all right.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like, for someone who doesn't know, it is complicated. They're like, well, where do I start? But it actually isn't that complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to the supermarket, choose like 5, 6, 7 different vegetables.
Yeah.
Split them across your meals in a day.
And you're gonna be 90% of the way there.
Yeah, literally.
And if
so
you're worried
about
swaps. If you're worried about being a little bit short from there, just grab a little multivitamin. That's going to top up everything to the point that you probably need, other than things like calcium. But in that case, have some yogurt.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's easy. It is really easy.
Yeah, so get that on check, because that's going to massively help. Again, appetite regulation. You're going to look better, have more energy. Your skin will be sorted out because you've eaten enough veggies. You're going to have enough fibre, so your digestion is going to be sorted out. I think
basically, it's going to have a massive effect on everything.
Yeah.
Not even just like from physique development standpoint, just everything. You're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Your body's actually going to function properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have, for me, if I'm in a period of like slightly less structure, I'll just try to make sure that I've got some sort of protein in each meal and some sort of micronutrition from vegetables or fruit.
Which is, again, it's
just
so
put it in
easy.
every meal.
Even if you're in a rush or whatever, you ain't got time to prep food.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously going to eat something. It's most likely you're going to go to the shop and pick something up.
Yeah.
So just be smart when you go.
Well, we have really simple go-tos. Like, we'll have frozen fruit.
Yeah, I have frozen fruit like twice a day.
Chuck it in your breakfast. Chuck it in your yogurt.
Yeah. It's easy.
And then you can get the bags of veggies.
Yeah, that you can actually put in a microwave.
Yeah, like, if you're going to take the first step, it would probably be that.
Yeah, it's very simple, very easy.
Yeah.
things to do.
And then a final one for why you might look mid is your recovery more likely to hone it in on your sleep is
the most important thing,
pooey,
isn't it? Yeah.
If you're going to bed at 2 a.m.
Yeah, and most people, let's be honest, if they're an adult, are probably getting up at 7.
Yeah. The amount of times I've woken up in the middle of the night and swiped up on my phone to
and
check
you've got
the
messages.
time. The thing that opens up is Snapchat, and then you see like, or Instagram might open up when you open up your phone. It's like active 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's
active,
like, what are these people
30
doing?
minutes ago. It's like 2:30.
Yeah, this is a good example. So my client Brad, he went through a phase when he first started up, and he was like, bearing in mind he was young, so it's understandable, but he was genuinely going to sleep at like 2:30, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then getting up. He's just started an apprenticeship, so he was getting up at like 6:30, 7.
Yeah.
Then he was like saying, "Oh, I've not really got much motivation to go to the gym. Like my appetite's all over the place. Training's not great."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, well, let's be real here. This is literally all down to your sleep."
Yeah. It probably is the foundation or the initial foundation of basically every problem that you might run into.
100%.
Or at least it could come into it. Whether it's you're struggling to have the energy to train or struggling to stick to your nutrition because you're too hungry, or you've not got the energy to go and do anything, like it probably is your sleep.
Because you're knackered.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's so fucking basic, but people just don't do it.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of stuff you can do that is, these sleep hacks.
Yeah.
Get outside in the morning, all that sort of stuff. But in reality,
it's just, for me, right, for most people, it's just literally going to sleep earlier.
You probably just need to shut your
literally
eyes.
Go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Like, don't be doing grounding and stuff in the morning or whatever if you're going to sleep at 1, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There's your problem.
Yeah. Just get in bed.
And go to sleep.
And put your phone down.
Yeah. It's so common, isn't it? Like, even with Hannah, my girlfriend, like, we'll get into bed. And as soon as I get into bed now, I put my phone on the other side of the room and I just shut my eyes and actually relax. Whereas Hannah will lay there on TikTok. It's like an addiction. Every night she'll have to have like half an hour of TikTok laid in bed. Yeah. So again, you need to sort of break those habits and break that routine.
Yeah.
Just, if you can get into bed and just actually shut your eyes, relax, and have that time to switch off, you'll feel so much better for it.
I've done it, but I sort of had the realization that I don't remember a single thing that I have watched after 12 o'clock.
Exactly.
I cannot remember it at all.
Yeah, because your body wants to go to sleep.
Yeah. So you're swiping through these things going,
you're just on a doom scroll.
Serious dooming. And you wake up and you're like, don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Like it's purely a dopamine fixation.
Literally is, yeah.
So just put your phone down, man.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
I also think as well, something I've noticed that helps me a lot is when I can really get into like a good sleep and wake schedule.
Yeah.
So if you can do that and stick to it, it helps massively. And again, obviously you're gonna have days where, I don't know, you've had to stay up later because you've got home from work later and you need to prep your meal, so you've got into bed later. Of course that's gonna happen, that's life, but where you can, try and have that sleep wake schedule.
I also think some things that shaft people is you have this really bad sleep Monday through Friday maybe, and then at the weekend you still stay up really late, but then you have a massive lie-in.
Yeah.
And you wake up at like 12.
Yeah.
That might feel good at the time, but that's just going to make it even harder to get to bed on a Sunday night.
People almost think it's like acting as a reset.
Yeah.
But then all that's doing then is just shifting everything back.
Yeah. So you're now not tired and it's 1:30.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh well, might as well just like go on my phone for a bit.
100%.
And
I also think as well, just from like for me, right, I always have the best sleep when my routine is absolutely locked in. Not even just in terms of like when I'm sleeping, when I'm waking up, but how the whole day's gone.
Yeah.
So if I've done everything I need to do in that day to the times I've set, my routine's been nailed, that helps me so much then to keep that sleep consistent.
Yeah.
Like you said, if your routine's all over the place and you end up doing stuff till midnight and then you go into bed, the next day you're then waking up at, if you need to have 8 hours, 8. let's say then you've got X amount of things to do in the day, you physically
It just
can't get
gets
done in
shifted.
time, before, again, midnight. So you've got to be regimented with, for me, the whole of my day to ensure then that the sleep doesn't take a hit.
Yeah. I think some people might struggle with, if you're in a 9 to 5, you're going to be working obviously till 5. Maybe you go home, eat, you end up going to train at 7.
Yeah.
You get back home at 9. Then you feel like you need a period of time to
to actually have some time to yourself and relax.
But then suddenly you're like 4 episodes in to some Netflix show.
Well, again, that's just mentality.
Yeah. I think in that scenario, I think a lot of people lean away from setting strict barriers.
Yeah.
But actually, I think certain times like that, you need to say, I'm going to watch 2 max.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
going
you
to
go into bed. And you've got to be strict with yourself.
Yeah. Well,
it's so easy to just...
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, like chilling on the sofa, watching whatever, gradually drifting off to sleep, having a sofa kip.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice, but
great.
It does ruin the next day.
Yeah. Even if, let's say you set a day in the week or on a Saturday, for example, where you've got time to do that, and it's not going to have an effect on the rest of the week, then sure, do it.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I'm always like, okay, Sunday afternoon, I'll sit and I will literally just sit and watch football.
Yeah.
That's my time of the week where I can just fully...
Yeah, you're pretty religious
Sunday.
with that, aren't you?
Yeah, and just relax.
I can't do that. I've got football.
No,
mate.
I'm watching football. Yeah, I'm relaxing. Like, my Sunday afternoon that's like my time to do nothing.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's good to have.
It is needed, isn't it? You need to have some sort of time, but not to the point where you're taking the piss with it, doing it every day.
Yeah.
And then your routine's just getting thrown off every single day.
Yeah, I sort of do the same, but I end up doing some weird stuff on a Sunday.
I find using fucking Python and
but
programming shit.
That's quite relaxing.
Yeah,
for me.
if you find that you probably wouldn't want to sit down and just watch football.
Yeah.
So it's find a way to actually relax and switch off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, sleep, the main thing actually to have a good sleep is routine.
Yeah.
And not even just like a sleep routine, but just a whole daily routine.
Yeah.
That helps me massively.
Yeah. And then just biting the bullet.
Yeah.
Going to bed.
It's like on a Tuesday, like today when we're filming the pod. Right, I know I'm going to be here from today. I was here at 7. I'm going to be here till 7:30 tonight.
Yeah.
So if I've not got we've got football. If I then have to go home, prep my food, I know I'm going to be going to sleep later than I would like.
Yeah.
So I have to keep the routine in place to the point where I know I'm getting my food prepped in advance.
Yeah.
So when I get back, I know it's like, okay, shower, I can get into bed and sleep at usual time.
But actually, this is probably throughout the week one of my favourite days.
Yeah, this is Tuesday's my favourite day.
But it's the most structured day.
Yeah. There's no coincidence there, is there?
Like after this, both of us already know that we'll do a bit of client work in a sec. I've got to do some programming.
Yeah.
We're going to do some content creation. We're going to edit it. We're going to plan something that's coming. Actually, we can mention this on the pod in a sec, but we've got something cool coming out. And then we're going to go to football later on.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
we'll be training.
Bosh.
Like you're not sat there twiddling your thumbs at all in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, just doing that makes you fucking knackered.
Yeah, and then you want to
fill your time up, because then you're ready to go to bed.
Like,
oh yeah, I'm ready to go home now. Literally.
Yeah.
So
yeah, to finish off the pod, this will be coming out on Friday, and we are launching something pretty cool, the Summer Accelerator. To give you a bit of a rundown, this is something we've not done ever, and I don't think not Autumn. Summer Accelerator, sorry, Autumn Accelerator. Something we've not done ever is a coaching launch where you can actually win your money back, and everyone can win the money back.
Yeah.
So it's 4 weeks program. We'll set some goals at the start of that program, which might be a bodyweight goal or some training goals, etc. And if you tick those off across the 4 weeks, the money that you invested into said coaching program, you can win it back, 100%
Simple.
of it, which you can either then use for coaching credit going forward, or you can just take the Wonga.
Take the cash and run.
which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's a very good offer for people.
If you want to bet on yourself,
yeah,
that's something
it's the safest bet you can make, guys.
Yeah, and also with that, you're going to be one of the biggest issues that people have is sticking to it.
Yeah.
So a bit of a bet in there, bit of financial urgency.
Yeah. Get a bit of gain.
Yeah.
Not only are you going to improve your physique, you've also got the chance to obviously win your money back. So you basically improved your physique for free.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you know you're getting the correct guidance.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
Yeah. So if you've ever thought about coaching, you want a bit of an introduction to it, 4 weeks of seeing what it's like and actually ticking off some big goals.
And stopping yourself from looking mid.
Yeah. Don't look mid anymore.
This is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah. So if you do want to get involved or you just want to have a chat about it, I'll put a link below. You can apply for it, and we'll kind of talk you through in a bit more detail how it works and if it's a good fit, which it probably is if you're watching this.
Yeah.
You've got this far. So yeah, should we wrap up the pod there?
Yeah, I think that was a good pod.
Yeah.
Long one, but I think we've got a good amount of information in there for people.
Yeah. Use it. Don't look mid. And we'll see you next week.
Not looking mid.
Yeah. See you there.